Indianapolis, we are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the New England Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway.
Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
First down, it's Newton. And a dump off to White. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing is Newton. That's complete into the hands of Myers. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
A quick throw caught out wide by Bourne.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Newton throwing again. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. DeForest Buckner forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
Their own 14-yard line.
Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10
at their own 14-yard line.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Eason off the play fake. And that's caught by the tight end, Granson.
4 yards to pick up, first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
First and 10, Eason.
Looking for Campbell downfield. They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell, 75 yards. And the
the Colts will strike first here in this wild card matchup. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Now a pass dropped off here for James White. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is James White. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Out of the gun, Newton. Open man is Myers. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. They snap it to Newton. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
2nd and 10. At the Colts 36-yard line.
Here's Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now Newton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion. From the red zone now, Newton. He finds his man, complete. It's Myers. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To the air again, Newton. He'll find Harry on the right side. Touchdown! N'Keal Harry. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Play action, it's Eason. Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They go play action with Eason rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Eason going to try and throw for it. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. This to Hines on the drop-off. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 44, Eason throwing the out route incomplete. That's Nelson. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And the Colts are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high power.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Quiddy Pay able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Newton on third down. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Henry brings it in. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Newton. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before the break. Newton. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the state.
Touchdown, Indianapolis! Well, CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And that's a second touchdown run of this game, and this one, and a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go. But how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. DeForest Buckner able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Newton. Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. And now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Now a first down throw for Newton.
He'll drop it underneath to White.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. A play fake to Michelle, now Newton. He'll let this go deep for Bourne.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Julian Blackman.
Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Well, I tell you, you can't fault the pass protection here. He had all day to throw, and he just couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. And quarterbacks will tell you that after a while, they start getting antsy back there. So this is just a great job defensively to stay with these receivers as long as they did.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
They run once more with Taylor.
Room past the 20. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 24 yards to gain there, another first down as well.
First down.
Now Newton on first down. To Michelle on the dump off. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Play action. It's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 17. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. He is going to have the Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 221 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round. First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On first down, it's Taylor. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd and 6, Eason. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. But look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Newton now to throw. Finds White. Runs over him. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Newton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down, Patriots.
One last throw here for Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hollowed ground.